All right, so this is, well, thoroughly ridiculous, but I don't like the implication of any impropriety while I'm doing this sort of thing. So I'm just gonna stream it, record it, so I can put it up. I mean, it's not gonna change. People know their votes, and it'll be public here in a minute, or after I'm done with this anyway. The actual voting thing, but first, the way we were running this vote is different than what we've been doing in the past with the straight up voting. Where we just had people maybe select 5 people, maybe select 2, maybe select 8, whatever they wanted to do. There's no way to control it on the CTL site. Beyond that, it was also using the first past the post voting system, where just the most votes wins, which generally isn't always the best way of doing things. So we wanted to try something a little new, something a little bit more complicated, but hopefully in the end does end up making the admin team what's most wanted by most of the people in the league, rather than specific people just kind of massing up a lot of votes. They kind of have to have some of the higher preferences of other people, of everyone in the league, rather than just kind of massing votes. Some people didn't select all 5. I did reach out to those who didn't and tried to get them to fix that issue. Some people did, some people didn't respond to me, some people didn't care and weren't going to select more than one person straight down. So anybody who did, anybody who repeated something, those repetitions just got deleted, so those are off. Names of people who actually voted are hidden, but it's still in the actual document that I have on my end. Anyway, so the instant run of voting, you rank your preferences. Since there's 5, we just went with ranking 5 of them. Kind of, I think it was like Friday, Tech4 mentioned that in a full preferential voting system, you're supposed to rank the entire number of people that there are, but I didn't really think about that beforehand. Didn't think it'd be an issue. Didn't think we would get down to the 5th preference for people in the first place. But so this is it's another offshoot of it. It's an optional preferential voting system where you could vote for up to 5 instead of the full 7. So yeah, most people did vote for 5, but point being is to get to a majority vote by whoever has the lowest number of first choice votes, that person will get eliminated, and then their votes will be redistributed. Anybody who voted for them, their second choice will get their votes, and so on and so on and so on. It'll make more sense once I'm going through it. I've actually already gone through and done this once, and I did it in a really, really convoluted way that was really difficult. And then towards the end of it, I figured out a much easier way to do it. So I'm just going to go through the much easier way to do it. So hopefully it'll make a little bit more sense than it did when I was doing it initially to myself even. So yeah, just go ahead and, this is the actual Google form results. I deleted the question that asked for the person's name, so you can actually see it, and I'll hopefully be able to post a link to this whenever I get it. Some of these responses towards the end here are going to be a little off because again, some people did go ahead and select the same person all the way through, which was just unnecessary, and it didn't actually change anything. So later on, it's going to be kind of weird because obviously we got 67 total votes, but towards the end of this, a person isn't going to need all 30. Wow, I can't do math in my head. 34 votes for majority. So because there aren't going to be 34 votes at all times, because people didn't all put in 5 unique choices, which was pretty readily noticed at Colttarren for number 1 selection. Yeah, so it's all there. I'll show that off eventually, but it did spit it out into this form for myself to use, which I played around with and had been doing some things throughout the week trying to make sure the system was going to work and it wasn't going to break, and it does seem to go ahead and actually worked for me. On this side you can see the first place choices of everybody broken down: Colttarren 17, Ray 12, Tech4 8, Siegfried 4, Uncommon 11, Xylo 10, and Yeezus 5. To make this easier myself, I'm going to sort this. yeah, I'm gonna sort it alphabetically so I can just see it a little bit easier. And once I start doing this, it's gonna make a lot more sense when I do that. So anyway, so Colttarren has the most, and Siegfried actually has the lowest number of first place votes. He's got 4. So I'm gonna go over here, paste this in, and I'm going to redistribute Siegfried's votes first off. It's actually kind of more annoying than I was hoping. The first few are really simple to do in the other way I was using. So this is going to be kind of annoying. So all I'm going to do here, I'm just going to delete all Siegfrieds and do that. And I'm just going to do the recount. It's the same sort of thing. That's not at all the way I want to do this. See, again, I should have thought about this a little bit more. Oops. Once it gets further on, it's a lot easier to do. So anyway, Siegfried now has 0. And it's still, no one has a majority yet. 17, 12, 12 for Tech 4. Tech 4 gained 4. Tech 4 took all of the people who voted for Siegfried ended up also voting for Tech 4 as their second choice, so it was a lot easier. That one was an easy one. So anyway, down to the next bottom person, which is Xylo, or actually Yeezus, sorry. So I'm going to eliminate Yeezus' first place votes. Easy peasy. I gotta start. Oops. Oh my god, my life is miserable right now. There we go. So, equal to the 20, 20, 14, 12, 11, 10. So still not an actual majority. Xylo is the next one that needs to be eliminated. Eliminate his first place votes, and you can see this yellow line here. So one person did vote for Xylo and then didn't actually vote for anybody else. So that vote's that's just eliminated. Which is that's why I was reaching out to people to try to get them to actually give me their votes, so their vote wouldn't be invalidated after a single round. Oops, how did that happen? Oh yeah. So one of Xylo's votes actually went to Yeezus for his next choice, which has already been eliminated. So I'm going to eliminate that one. And again, Siegfried's already been eliminated also. So moving those people over. So now the actual vote 20, 26, 12, 12, 16. So I'm just going to take out Ray and Uncommon now. I'm going to run into the same sort of thing where someone who's already eliminated is going to have some votes here, like Xylo. So we delete that one also. And what did I say? Ray and Uncommon, yeah. So all of Uncommons also go. Which again, another secondary choice. Move it over. And there we go. Colt has a majority at 37. There's 67 total votes, so 37 votes times 2, 74. So he does a majority, so Colt is the first one. So congrats to Colttarren. We're the first selected admin. And so now I'm going to go ahead and delete all of Colt's first place votes. Since he no longer matters, redistribute those, and we have it like this. So some more people got some more over here. And it's going to start repeating this process over and over. So Siegfried gets deleted. He's back down to 0. Yeezus has it at 8. So all of Yeezus' first place votes will be deleted. And there's another one with Siegfried as a second place, so that will get deleted. And a couple people had Colttarren also as their secondary choice, so those get deleted. 27, 17, 13, 10, so Xylo will get eliminated again. Again, all those Colttarren selections get removed. Yeezus gets removed as well. Oops, I missed a Siegfried somewhere. So not quite. It's actually exactly 50%, but it needs majority. So I do need to eliminate Ray. And Siegfried also. So it's actually possible right now I mean, before I had done that, it was 33, 13, 20. It was possible that all the votes that came up could have gone to uncommon, but they didn't, thank God. No offense to uncommon, but that would have really screwed me up. So you can already see where this is going to go. Tech 4 will end up getting the second spot here. Jeez, that one went all the way down to their fifth choice. Yeah, let's make sure it says Tech 4 and uncommon, and Tech 4 with 42 will have the second spot. Alright, so I'm actually going to do this a little bit different. I'm just going to go ahead and quickly get rid of Tech and Colts. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of the white space here. I'm also going to copy this over to the next two sheets so I don't have to continually do this. Oops. Yeah, and there was actually a couple people who repeated in the middle of their vote. So there was like, they selected 1, 2, 3, 5, and their fourth person was actually repeat. Oops. Again, like right there. I'm still partially zoning out because I'm listening to this music that's playing. So this is kind of tedious. I'll show you what I was doing originally when I'm finished here, which was even more tedious. I'm kind of sad my webcam is, I don't know, it's on the ground somewhere right now. But it was a disaster. I was doing stuff on paper. It was just a disaster. Alright, so with all of Tech 4's and Colt's votes redistributed, Siegfried is still the lowest with 9. So I'm going to go ahead and sort these real quick. Left a little easier. Copy this over to fourth choice. Okay. Still in third. So Siegfried is the lowest. So all of Siegfried's first place votes will get redistributed. There we go. Actually, none of those people have already been selected, so that's good. So 23, 18, 13, 12. Jesus is the lowest, so all of his will get redistributed. One out there. All these. Oops. Siegfried ended up with 2. This was a lot worse the first time I was doing it, I promise. That's what's bad about all this whole situation, is the fact that it was actually worse. 31, 2015, that may actually be... so right now, like this person has reached the end of their line, but it's already been eliminated. It's eliminating Xylo. Yeah, so Xylos are getting redistributed. Siegfried is also eliminated already. These is also Siegfried again. And another one that doesn't actually get used. Alright, so 39, 21. Uncommon is the third admin. So going over to the fourth choice. I'm going to get rid of uncommons. So there's another thing about this. When I was running the simulation prior to opening up the balloting, or prior to opening up the admin elections a couple months ago, actually it's probably not even a couple months, it's probably been about a month, there were a lot more choices. And I think it may have worked a little bit better with more choices. Because we only had 7 people actually running for admin in 5 spots, which made it a little bit, I don't know, maybe less useful than it could have been. But still. So 2 more spots, and we have 4 more people still wanting spots. Siegfried, once again, sorry bud, he's the lowest at 11. So all those are gone. Oops, I didn't sort. Silly me. Alright, it's 26, 20, 19. So Jesus just barely lower. Not useful. Also not useful. Siegfried's actually watching too. I'm sorry, but so this actually. So when it gets down to this point where there's so few people left, there's actually a lot of votes split between these two people. Wow, actually 30-29. And again, because of all those missed votes, there's only 59 votes actually left. So Ray does barely have a majority there. So Ray is going to be the fourth. Oh, fuck me. I didn't copy over after deleting uncommon. It's fine. Alright, so I get rid of uncommon. And also get rid of Ray. There's only a couple people, 3 people left, and 1 spot. There's a lot more votes that are just non-existent at this point because with the choices people made, some people didn't choose any of these 3 people. Wait, that's not possible. That's not possible. There should still have been 67 votes, right? I don't know. There's actually only 45. 45 votes at this point. And Siegfried is once again limited here. I'm going to actually sort these real quick. Do I have a header? Nope. Siegfried, oops. I don't know what I just did. I hope it didn't do anything. Okay, it didn't do anything, sweet. Siegfried is eliminated there. And only 38 votes left, so 22 is a majority of that. So Xylo is going to actually be the last admin selected. So, it'll be Colt, Tech 4, who's the third one? Uncommon, Ray, and Xylo are going to be the 5 admins. So congrats to those guys. I'll post this up eventually. See if I can actually, yeah. Oops. The way I was doing it originally, did this actually show up? Yeah, this is the way I was doing it originally. I was doing it by hand and looking at the this original one and not deleting anything, just kind of trying to remember where I took from. And I also had a piece of paper that was kind of like making family trees of who voted and who those secondary choices, when did those secondary choices go to someone else, etc. Yeah, it was a disaster. And I actually had made a mistake at one point. I made a mistake down here when I originally did it, which I found out when I went through and did it this way. So I'm glad I did do it this way. So yeah, that's going to be our 5 admins. It's going to be Colt, Tech 4, Uncommon, Ray, and Xylo. Kind of just, I don't know, some more discussion on the way those votes worked. If we just went off of just first choices alone, it'd be the same 5 people, but it would have gone in a different order because Ray was the 4th admin selected, but he had the 2nd most first choice votes. Tech 4 had the 5th most first choice votes, but ended up having the 2nd most votes after Colt was eliminated in the 2nd round of things. So Tech had a lot of people who chose him for the 2nd choice. But not a lot of people who chose him for a first choice. I did a weighted system somewhere. Yeah, there. A weighted system, so you kind of see it's pretty much the same, I'm pretty sure. It makes a little bit more sense, and it ends up being in the same order. Colttarren were the most, Tech, then Uncommon, Ray, and Xylo being very, very close. So this sort of system, I mean, kind of different ways you do it. Make a little bit of a difference, but if we look at the total votes that people got, Tech 4 actually had the most votes total, then Colt, then Uncommon, and then actually Xylo and Yeezus were tied for 4th and 5th, and then Siegfried and Ray actually had the fewest amount of votes, but so many people wanted him in the top positions that he ended up getting a spot. So if we had just been using the total vote the way we did before, it'd be more votes going to the same person, but not many people would really actually want to be their last choice. Like, okay, I have to pick a 5th person, so let's pick this guy. So that's kind of why we used this instant runoff kind of system here. So yeah, that's going to be it. I'm going to stop the recording, make a news post, tag those guys, so congrats to them once again. Colttarren, Tech 4, Uncommon, Ray, and Xylo admins 2016, 2017 CTL. All right, there it is.